Hi, my name is River Chow. Today, we are going to talk about number.
In the Book of Changes, things always come in pairs. We have yin and yang. For the model of symbols, we have Fushi's 8 trigram and King Wen's 8 trigram. For the model of number, we have the diagram of Hetu and the diagram of Lo Shu. In our previous video, we learned that Fushi symbolized the 8 major natural phenomena and created the profound system of the 8 trigrams. How does he arrange the order? Under what assumption? Why heaven is arranged on the top and earth is arranged at the bottom? Ancient scholars believed that Fushi's 8 trigrams derived from the diagram of Hetu's day. What is diagram of Hetu? I describe it as an art of mathematics. This piece of art reveals the system of principle behind number. Who invented this piece of mathematical art is unknown, but is believed a blueprint of the Fushi's 8 trigrams created in the preliterate period. We might come up with a philosophical question. Which comes first? Symbol or number? When we study the Book of Change, it tells us numbers come first. Simply look at our own body. We have 1 head, 2 legs, and 10 fingers. They are all in number. Fushi regarded number as the principle of all things. Everything in the entire universe is identified with numbers. Nature contains a number. Fushi illustrates the 8 major natural phenomena into symbols based on the numerical assumption given by the diagram of Hetu. Let's take a look at the diagram of Hetu, also known as the Yellow River map because it was a drawing on back of mythical dragon horse discovered in the Yellow River in central China. From the Book of Change. Heaven is 5. Earth is 5. Heaven plus earth equal 10. The Yellow River map telling us that nature contains 10 numbers. How does it demonstrate the equation? It uses 25 white dots and 30 black dots on the map to exhibit the universe numbers. Apparently, the white dot is odd number, which stands for Yang, which belongs to the family of heaven. We named them the heaven numbers. The black dot is even number, which stands for Yin, which belongs to the family of earth. We named them the earth's numbers. So, odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are heaven's numbers. Even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are earth's number. From the Book of Change, it says, Heaven 1, Earth 2, Heaven 3, Earth 4, Heaven 5, Earth 6, Heaven 7, Earth 8, Heaven 9, Earth 10. Position 5 couples in 5 places. What is your understanding of these few words? If we convert it into letter forms, you will see these 10 numbers are distributed in different positions. It means 1 and 6 is a pair. 2 and 7 is a pair. 3 and 8 is a pair. 4 and 9 is a pair. 5 and 10 is a pair. They are 5 couples live in 5 different places, the north, the south, the east, the west, and the center. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, including 5 in the inner ring, are referred to as developing numbers. It represents the initial stage, an object, or an event. While the numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, including 10 in the outer ring, are referred to as developed numbers. It represents the ongoing development of an object or an event until its accomplishment. The Yellow River map also tells us the function of each number. The story begins at number 1.
It tells us that 1 is a heaven's number live in the north. I will explain in my later video why the direction is upside down. Heaven 1 is king of the north. And he is making water in the north. His wife is 6, and Earth's number, also live in the north. She made use of the water generated by his husband, Heaven 1, king of the north.
The Book of Changes uses a few sentences to summarize the whole picture of the universe. Heaven 1 made water in the north, Earth 6 made use to it. Earth 2 made fire in the south, Heaven 7 made use to it. Heaven 3 made wood in the east, Earth 8 made use to it. Earth 4 made metal in the west, Heaven 9 made use to it. Heaven 5 made soil in the center, Earth 10 made use to it. These poetic statements also bring up the concept of the 5 elements. It seems like the ancient Chinese and Greeks had a similar perspective on the formation of the universe. Thales of Miletus, a great thinker in ancient Greek, believed water was the principal element of the universe. He noticed that water was ubiquitous. It had fallen from the sky, was in the soil, and was inside plants. With observations such as these, Thales concluded that water was the archie or principal element of the cosmos. As such, he believed that water then changed into earth, air, and fire. How about ancient Chinese? The ancient Chinese considered water, fire, wood, metal, and soil to be the 5 vital elements that compose our world. These 5 elements are not only tangible substances. They perceived them from a much wider angle. They perceived them as visible substances plus an invisible form of energy. Water ascribed to cold energy. Its movement is downward. Fire ascribed to heat energy. Its movement is upward. Even wood and metal have their own forms of energy. Modern science of chemistry and physics have already justified that solid, liquid and gases are all made up of moving particles. By observing how the tree is growing, you know the force is moving outward. Metals, on the other hand, ascribes to contracting energy. Force is moving inward. How about soil? Soil itself acts as a neutralizer to balance the 4 elements. It helps to balance the imbalanced energies. That's why number 5, attributed to the element of soil, is arranged in the center of the yellow river map. Number 5 is the core of the system. Without 5, the rest of the numbers will be out of balance. So, do you think of anything, anyone, or any event that is your core 5? Five elements promote and demote one another. In promoting aspects, water nourishes wood, wood feeds fire, fire creates soils, soils bear metal, and metal begets water. By cycling clockwise around the yellow river map, we see the promoting efforts that water promotes wood, wood promotes fire, fire promotes soil, soil promotes metal, and metal promotes water. In demoting aspects, water quenches fire. Fire melts metal, metal chops wood, wood breaks up soils, and soils overcome water. The trick to see demoting effort in yellow river map is to jump every step in clockwise cycle. The yellow river map served as a meteorological map used by ancient nomadic tribes. Ancient Chinese believed that heaven is the shape of circle and earth is the shape of square. If we convert the yellow river map to a 3-dimensional diagram, in the center of the map, 5 white dots typify the dome of heaven. 10 black dots symbolize the ground of the earth. The rest of the white dots represent the amount of sunshine, while the black dots represent the amount of rainfall. Don't you think the map reveals the actual geographic landscape of China or any other continent in the world? For example, most of the world's deserts are located on the western margins of continents. Because according to the Yellow River map, the West has the greatest amount of sunshine. The Yellow River map can be a treasure hunting guide too. What is the best way to find gold? According to the 5-element theory that metal promotes water, the map will direct you to the sources of water. Cool. Mathematics and geometry are considered to be intimately related. From the Yellow River map, you noticed a geometry pattern formed by odd numbers and even numbers. Both sets of numbers run clockwise as time does. Presume every event is identified by a number. If we reverse the number, I mean only number, but not the time, we can calculate the future. Confusing? Yes. I admit it is so confusing, which took me 2 decades to understand just a simple statement mentioned in the Book of Change. The translation is kind of: number goes clockwise. Truth comes anti-clockwise. Please bear with my translation. Let me explain my understanding of this statement. Clockwise means young, bright, something clear, something already happened. Anti-clockwise means dark, Something unclear. Something yet to happen in the future. If we learn to read hexagrams. Take an example of the hexagram cauldron. Bottom to top is clockwise. The event development is always from bottom to top. The Book of Change named the process as the term going. On the other hand, top to bottom is anti-clockwise. The Book of Change named the process as the term coming. Remember on our previous video, Tai Chi forms 2 modes, 2 modes form 4 variants form 8 trigrams. The development of all things in the world is from the bottom to the top under the Book of Change's assumption. That's why our holy saga Confucius said that if you know the Book of Change, you know the past, present, and future. If you think geometry and time theory are too abstract, how about we do some math to examine the Yellow River map? Here is 2 groups of 4 numbers. Each number must be a 3-digit number. The left digit must be a number 5. The middle digit must be heaven's number, 1, 3, 7, 9. The right digit must be the earth's number, 2, 4, 6, 8. You can place the heaven numbers in any sequence based on the criteria to use them once. Same manner as the earth number. The result will show that the sum of the 4 numbers is always the same no matter in which sequence you place them. This is not astonishing at all. If you raise the group of numbers square, cube, to the power of 4, or to the power of 5, the result of the sum is still the same. I tested it on my Excel sheet and it really works. But what makes this even more crazy is this group of numbers. They got the same outcome based on this criteria. I cannot prove it due to my home calculator's limitations. If you have mathematical expertise, you could try to prove it. I learned this from a mathematical lecturer who is also obsessed with the Book of Changes. And he wonders how our ancient Chinese did this without a Casio calculator. Don't you think the Yellow River map a key to the universe? Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. Now, it's time for our 1-minute writing session. Today, we learn the number 5. Seeing this ancient form of writing may inspire you to consider how the number 5 acts as the core of the system. A cross sign is located in the middle between the heaven and the earth.